Hello happy campers! It's Saturday and I've got two jobs. One results in me ending up in West London and staying at the job because it's like a festival, and the other one is in South London. So I'm rushing this because I'm trying to get completely ready to go to the first job done. So I just come back and change and go to the second event job, if that makes sense. And I run a really quick easy eye. And this actually has come about because of this rhodial eyeliner. It's a pencil eyeliner, but it's extremely creamy, which I love as a pencil eyeliner because I hate it when they drag across your eye and they get all stuck. This was a free gift on the front of Red magazine 2 years ago. I've rediscovered it. I've hardly used it. It's a chocolatey brown, and I don't really use that colour much because I normally just use pencil eyeliners to rim my waterline. I don't really use them on people or on me very much, but because it's so creamy, I thought it was a very good blendable, could be an eyeshadow. And because I travel a lot, I thought, what if I have this in my kit bag, my personal makeup bag, as my eyeshadow to travel around. I've got to go abroad in a couple of weeks for a job, and I am taking hand luggage as usual. It's just the only thing I'm taking, so therefore my stuff has to be very, very small and very small amount, which I might make another video on how I keep my makeup bag so small when I travel. But I thought, can I do a whole smoky eye with just one eyeliner pencil? So that's the point of this video, so let's get started. I've sharpened it. The only thing with creamy ones is they don't sharpen amazingly well. They tend to lose their end a little bit. You can see how old this is. Anyway, the reason I knew about these pencils, I think it was because Katie Evans loves them, because they are lovely pencils, and whenever there's a Red magazine with them on, she always tells everyone to buy them, so thank you, Katie. So anyway, let's get going. I'm going to go along my lash line. Oh, I've got an itch. Oh. I am itching the top of my, well, it's the lower back, sorry. Oh, God, that was weird. I think it's probably because I just had a shower. I haven't had clean in such a long time. So let's go across the top of my lash line. I'm going to do a little flick out. See, as you can see, I'm not even holding. Maybe I would hold my eye if I didn't need two hands for the for this mirror, but it still is going on really nicely. The only thing it does do sometimes is, can you see that? It kind of pops. It's so soft that it breaks off the end when you're using it. And I'm going to go underneath as well. And I'm just going to wing that out a little bit. So that's the first two things I'm going to do. Ooh, let's make this two sides the same. Very crudely, I'm going to do that. So you can see that's a big old mess. I'm going to take a little tiny, this is a Real Techniques. God, I can't even read it. Shading brush. It's got a nice little sort of, kind of, quite a tight end, but fluffy. So let's go in and buff that through. So this is going to be a dark eye. No, I don't mind that because I want it to last all for the next 12 hours, and I am going out after, well, I'm going to be out while I'm there. I'm going to drink after I finish, so I do want to look saucy. This is why I'm single, because I say things like that. So let's buff along that lash line. So I've not put any more product on. In fact, I've probably used a little bit too much product. And I'm just very softly blending that into sort of a flick shape. And once I've got that shape that I want, I will then take it wider and use it around the rest of my eye, but without any more product. Because can you see how dark the brush is now? All the product has been transferred onto there. So I can still use that in other areas around my eye. Just gently flicking that out. I should get a bit fed up with all the travelling. I mean that just around London, because you're just always against the clock and you're at the mercy. Well, I mean, the tube's brilliant obviously, but things do take a long time, especially getting to West London is the biggest pain. So let's just drag that across. Can you see how I'm now bringing that up into my crease? I've got nothing on my eyes. Well, I've obviously got foundation and powder because I would never put eyeshadow straight onto my eyes without those. I'm not topping up anymore. I'm just using what's on my brush to gently drag that into my socket and slightly up to my brow bone. So I'm just moving the product around. That's all I've been doing. Just constantly going back and moving it around. And that's why I haven't gone for too fluffy a brush, because if it's too fluffy, especially on a cream or a gel, it just doesn't work. It kind of, it splays and it gets all sticky. Whereas, so something a bit blunter is definitely better. And actually what I thought was going to be really dark, because I've moved it around so much, it's actually worked out really well. Can you see how that's worked? I mean, obviously I would not, I mean, if I was in a bind, I would just have this. I'm just going to scratch again. If I was in a bind, I would just have this and mascara, and that would be fine. And I think that would be a really nice smoky eye on lots of people. I don't feel confident without having my liquid liner, or at least a bit more of this as a top liner. I just prefer myself. I prefer myself with a liquid liner. I've worn liquid liner and a flick every day that I've worn makeup since I was 16, so do the maths. It's nearly 20 years. Let's just tip off that little bit there. So now, just to say that you can show that you can make it even darker again, I'm going to go in with my waterline as well. Actually, brown is quite nice on a waterline. It's not as harsh, maybe. Do you know who this makeup would look amazing on? Someone like Louise. She always does this sort of, because she's got those wonderful deep set lids. She normally has a really soft, smoky liner that really buffs out. Now, if it was another eye that I was doing it on, maybe I'd take this liner all the way to the inner corner, but because my eyes, I like my lids to look as big as possible, because this area here is a lot bigger than this area here, I won't. But someone like Julianne Moore, or who else has got eyes like that? Just going through my friends. So can you see that's instantly, I'm just going to blend that across again a bit more. That's instantly made it so much more smoky and sultry, and I absolutely love it. Especially that brown on what is not really a blue eye, more of a grey eye. But anyway, so if you keep working that, you can see how you can have a nice smoky brown eye with a pencil. So then you wouldn't have to take anything else with you. Just that and that. Not that, that's just a mirror.